to my presentation. It's the health promotion and prescribing professions module. Today we're looking at the to critically evaluate the role of a level 3 fitness instructor in the role of promoting active living and safe exercise. Also, we're looking at the systematic understanding of the National Physical Activity Guidelines and the state of the nation's overall health. The population I'm going to look at is children aged between 5 and 18. This slide will be about the fitness instructor's level 3 role. Basically, their aim is to lead and organise groups and individuals to help improve the client's health and fitness. All fitness instructors of all levels are equipped with a broader knowledge than most health professionals of exercise and what it does. They also look forefront of promoting healthy living, working day to day with clients to provide an exercise service to the public. They help with such as like this year, like the exercises and programs. They make them individually for people, or if someone comes in, they'll speak to them and be a personal trainer at any point and give them a guideline on what they should be doing each day. And it includes like, just know at the beginning, if they're a beginner, they know what to start you off with to push you up to an advanced stage later on, and then further on. They do quite well. Their aim is just encouragement, really. It's encouraging you to start or continue exercise once you've either been brought through a referral scheme or you just come in through the door one day. The role is quite wide. They also have, because they're the face, basically they've got like an image, is quite fit. They know also like the basic nutrition and information that you can give you advice on such as your diet. So they're pretty good, and also supplements as well. If you need any supplements to help you with fitness, they know how to get it for you or give it you. This is the role of all the fitness instructors from level 2 to 3 and 4, and who they work with and what they obviously know. Obviously, as you go through, obviously level 3 knows what level 2 does. The main thing for this is the level 3 will be exercise referral, which is something where you come from a GP scheme to either, depending on what it is, if it's a health condition or you're overweight, it's to lose weight or obviously help improve your fitness sort of thing. But also at this level, they work with disabled and exercise referral schemes. They provide the service to people who aren't confident enough to carry out exercise on their own. They also can provide people, such as disabled people who may be in a wheelchair bound, with exercise that they can do, such as like chair aerobics. They also qualified to help them passively, so helping them do the exercises for themselves. Usually the clients that they come through are put through the local GP, and then on a 12-week program to achieve a specific goal, like improving health or losing weight. Usually over the 12 weeks they try to, just like they would with a normal client, is encouragement really. So at the end of the 12 weeks, because it's just a 12-week scheme, they try to, hopefully at the end of it, they encourage that client enough to carry on afterwards, rather than it just being 12 weeks and that's it, they're done. They go back to being normal, their lives. They're also not like affiliated just with being found in gyms. They can be freelance or mobile instructors. They're capable of bringing their service to a person's home, so where they feel more comfortable. Not only that, but it's obviously they don't stay there all the time. But you can provide them with exercises to do at home as well as in the gym, so it keeps them more active. It's like such as I've got it here, is like it removes any barriers as well by putting them in, doing it in their own home. They don't have to travel. They haven't got to feel conscious of people being around them. It's just themselves and that person doing the activity, which I think is pretty decent for improving someone's activity levels. I've qualifications, I've structured this because I think this is pretty important for encouraging or promoting healthy living and exercise, because if you're out of date, if you've got outdated information, then you're not providing the best information to a client, and such as learning new techniques and improving the techniques is also information that gives the client the best possible knowledge. They do it in the first year. I think it's 20 or 24 points your first year, so you don't have to do any more extra training. However, after that, after your first year, you need 24 points a year built up over through the lessons you do. I know it's between each. They've got that online training as well, which can be 8 to 20 points. Which for me, I feel that it's great because it might encourage you to do it, but also could encourage you not to. You could just do the 24 points really quickly and then be done for the rest of the year. So it sort of needs to be a little bit changed, I feel. However, like obviously, the applicable body regulates the qualification, which is the National Occupational Standards. They ensure that the job is being performed to a national level of competence. So it's not just an easy lag swing that's going off. Now, this is the national health state of the health and the guidelines. Basically, these are from the NHS, and the guidelines that they've got are that you should do at least 60 minutes of moderate to vigorous physical activity daily. It says here, includes specific recommendation for vigorous activities between 6 to 7 minutes on at least 3 days a week. They have got into detail as well on the next slide. This is what is moderate exercise, and this side is vigorous. So, if you're a parent and you're looking at this, you can see that it's actually they're not actually that hard to get the children to do, or even teenagers to do. Even skateboarding, riding a scooter is just some of the things you can get them to do, such as riding a scooter. I know my family, they ride a scooter to school and back. They've just not done one. So it's just something that you can interchange, to get into the lifestyle basically. Obviously the more stronger, vigorous ones are more like football, obviously in great age for all ages. Rugby, I would say, is more probably 10 above. You know, getting like younger kids injured and stuff. This is the thing that I found from the British Heart Foundation. What they found is that children acquire more physical activity when offered additional short breaks rather than increasing the time of a single break. So that obviously shows that it's more breaks. Like we do 3 breaks, so we do one in the morning, dinner, and one in the afternoon. Provides more activity than just one long break. Found that they've also, this was BHF again, they said that developing programs to increase physical activity has suggested that intervention should be targeted at parents and carers, but the outcomes should be focused on children's activity levels. And I found an article, it was from the New York Times. I did it it was to do with my podcast, and basically mothers and children. It was basically, if a mother does an hour of activity, the child is more likely to do another extra 10 to 20 minutes of activity more. So that backs out where you should be looking at parents making an activity that is for a child. And I had to have an intervention that will look at that. Also, the programs obviously were to increase to 30-45 minutes a day or over 5 to 6 days, 12 weeks, and then after that 12 weeks, that should be enough to settle in a habit for the child to continuously carry on without the need for a parent or carer. Now, the state of the nation's health, given that children of like, oh, it's not very great. It is gradually improving. However, only 21% of boys and 16% of girls are meeting current recommendations, which is very, very low. Among the boys as well, there's a decrease in the proportion meeting recommendations, falling from 28% in 2008 to 21% in 2012. There hasn't been any updated information about it yet, as I think they're still obviously sorting out over 2 years, like or 4-year periods. This one, yeah, obesity is the biggest factor, and as it says here, in reception class in 2012, the proportion of obese children was 9.3%. It was lower than the year before, which was 9.5, which is okay, but then there was also a lower, so it is gradually going down, but really slowly. So, the state of the health is still quite bad. In year 6, the proportion of children was 18.9% and was only 0.3% lower than 2012. So it's not. It's a change, but it's not a significant change, which is not good. Move on to interventions. I've got a few from the Chain of Life, which is pretty good because they promoted it. I've done it between 5 and 18. However, the activities they've got could be family-based, and you could do it with brothers and sisters. So it's pretty good. If you've got an older brother, they can get the younger brother or sister into activity. But they provide the national guidelines. The programs are all specific to the national guidelines and stick to it. They show you on the Chain of Life on the website. They'll tell you how active you have to be, what you need to eat, and they'll give you like times a day or stuff when you should be active. Well, they've got these 2 interventions that they found on is Get Active with Lazy Town, which works with the TV show, and the 10-minute Shape-Up Zone, which is a group. It's a website with just like loads of games that they can use. This is the Get Active with Lazy Town. We've got a few. I haven't chosen a specific choice. This is the blast-off version. This one up here. It's like a snakes and ladders sort of game. Basically, they've got an activity called Wake Up with Lazy Town and Blast Off with Lazy Town. And you sort of do challenges. It comes up and it's like a slideshow. Goes to the next one, and you do like star jumps, I think, for 30 seconds, and it wakes up them, and they do another story. It carries. It's good for the little children, and also it encourages eating healthy because they use sports candy, which is apples and bananas. I think this is good because it'd be something that you also like you can download the pack at home. You don't have to have it online, and it's like a child's heroes are the cartoons and TV shows they see, and this is just getting them active, and it's a role model really, without realising. But it's great for children and parents to get involved, and young children. The next one is 10-minute Shape Zone. This is we've done with Disney, and it's like loads of different little games you can choose. You can vary from like ball games to team games and learn a new skill. There's about 8, I believe, 8 sections that you can just click on, and there's loads of games in there, and it's pretty fun to actually try out as well. And they're just 10-minute zones. You go in, play like different exercises. It'll tell you what to do. I think it's perfect. I feel like my view on exercise is a family-orientated thing because it's what you're looking to inherit, put a habit into their lifestyle, and I think parents are the best place to do that. And this is something that you can just do with your child. I mean, it's only 10 minutes. Instead of having them go running wild around your house, just put it on your TV. 10 minutes, just say, look, do this, and gets them active. Also knackers them out a little bit. So you could even do fit. Just one game after another. They might find it if they find it fun, and then one thing leads to another, and they wanted to do it on their own. And you see them in the bedroom with a TV or a laptop, and they're just doing it themselves, which is the best way to get, obviously, the state of the nation's health, like how it was really bad, to get that lower, is that way. I think that's the last slide of my presentation.
Thank you very much. 17 seconds to spare. Good timing. Do you want to pull up a chair? I'll have a look at it.